blow past me, high speed.
34 minutes, up to 314.
Alright, guys, bearing down on your 20, hard and fast.
Hi everyone, welcome back to E3. Today we're announcing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit releasing later this year on November the 16th. When the team of Criterion Games got the keys to the world's biggest racing franchise, we knew we wanted to do one thing: take it back to its roots. The original Need for Speed redefined racing with exotic cars and great police chases. We are setting out to reimagine Need for Speed in a Criterion Games style for a connected generation. To us, that means exotic cars, epic drives, and hot pursuits, playing through a full career as both a racer and as a cop. We're also introducing Need for Speed Autolog. Autolog is a revolutionary suite of connected features that allows players to connect, compare, and compete with their friends. What you see now is a live stream of information from my friends' network in the game. Autolog recommends ways to play based on what my friends have been doing. Here you can see that my good friend Matt Webster has beaten one of my best race times, he's beaten my best pursuit score, and he's beaten my cop ranking. You can also see that he's my new most wanted, and luckily for me, and unluckily for Matt, he's online right now. Let's bring him out here and settle this as we go head-to-head in Hot Pursuit. Hi, Matt. We wanted to show you guys what the game looks like from both sides. So today, I'll be playing as a cop on the left-hand side, and Matt will be playing as a racer on the right-hand side. You ready to go, Matt? We didn't have the loading bit planned in. Sorry. It's worth waiting for, don't worry.
Roger that. Roadblock units deploying directly ahead of you.
This is the police. Reduce your speed immediately.
This is roadblock unit. Suspect flew right by us.
Officer has engaged the suspect vehicle in hot pursuit. Confirmed. Pursuit engaged.
unit. Suspect involved in a TC on opposition. Repeat, suspect is TC. Patrol Unit 1, we are on scene and standing by, over.
Officers have the suspect in custody. This thing is over.
We'll have lots more to show you guys as we approach launch day this November 16th. Be sure to stop by and play the game for yourselves and hear more about how Autolog is taking Need for Speed to the connected generation and changing the way people play. Thanks, and have a great E3.
So it doesn't get better than that. Need for Speed is back with all the action, all the exotic cars, and online like it's never been before. Now, also, welcome to all of you to EA at E3 in 2010. Now, our show really isn't a lot about razzle-dazzle. We're, in many ways, more Sundance versus the Academy Awards. And what we're here to show you are 10 great games from 10 great producers. Next up, the second game in our show is Dead Space 2, and here to show you the game is Steve Papoutsis, executive producer. Steve?
Hi, everyone. When Dead Space first hit the scene 2 years ago, we were looking to establish ourselves as a contender in the horror genre. We did this through the game, the comic series, the animated feature, and then last year with Dead Space Extraction. Now, with Dead Space 2, we're looking to put our stamp on the genre by delivering a truly epic sequel. Dead Space 2 will continue to push the limits of horror and terror. With award-winning sound design, dark, creepy atmospheres, eerie, tense moments, and highly gruesome action sequences. This game takes place on the Sprawl. It's a fully thriving city where you'll experience a wide variety of environments. Isaac is calling the shots this time and taking the action to the enemy. Equipped with new advanced mining tools, he's looking to dominate the onslaught of necromorphs. They'll challenge him physically and psychologically. Now, let me introduce producer Rich Briggs, who will show you how. What you're seeing here is the Church of Unitology on the Sprawl. Now you're going to see your first look at the sprawl. This is where Isaac will confront his new nightmare. If that felt like a cliffhanger, that's because it was. Find out how it ends tomorrow at the Sony show. Prepare to fight the terror on January 25th, 2011. Thank you.
Well, that was scary for a couple of reasons. One, it's one of the best horror games out there. And secondly, that was a playthrough unlike anything we saw in rehearsals. So, always good to be surprised. But seriously, it's one of my very favorite games. And what's great to see is we took a great title that we launched originally in 2008 and made it better than any of us could have imagined. We're so pleased with the title. Now, next up, we're going to talk about the first-person shooter category. And we've made no secret of the fact that we want to set a higher bar for quality than has ever been set in this genre. Now, we made a big step forward with Battlefield Bad Company 2 earlier this year. And what you're about to see is the next big step in EA's arsenal towards taking back the quality bar in the first-person shooter genre. A franchise that we're about to show you has been out of commission for 3 years, and we've been working on it since then. This is a franchise that is being built jointly between our DICE studio and our EA LA studio. DICE, well known for its prowess on the multiplayer side, is building the multiplayer side of the game, and EA LA, studio right here in Los Angeles, is building the single player. They're being brought together under the leadership of our EA LA general manager, Sean Decker. And I'd like to introduce Sean to you right now. Sean, would you like to come out?
Thanks, John. For the first time in its 11-year history, Medal of Honor is leaving World War II and taking players to war-torn Afghanistan. Our single-player campaign is being built by a veteran team at EA Los Angeles. To complement this experience, we've enlisted the expertise at DICE, the truly incredible online game team who's responsible for the Battlefield franchise. Together, these two studios will create the most authentic modern war experience this year. To demonstrate this, we're going to do a live 24-player software demo right here on stage. So, of course, with alpha software, what could possibly go wrong? So what you're going to see today is Team Assault. It's a deathmatch mode in which each side struggles to hit a predetermined number of points in order to win the match. Now, being an authentic shooter, every single one of our maps is inspired by a real-world location. This one in particular takes place in a section of Kabul in which coalition and insurgent forces were engaged in very heavy combat. This map is all about close quarters combat. It's a maze of stairwells, alleyways, balconies, rooftops, and cellars. The key to survival is to keep moving. If you stay in one location too long, or for some of you out there who like to camp, you will find, an RPG will find you, an armor-piercing round, or a grenade. So again, you got to keep moving, and like all good maps, you've got to learn the map quickly and learn where to go. So let's see if we're ready to go yet. No. Are we ready to jump into the software? Okay, let's go. Thanks, guys. The game looks awesome, and it's a blast to play. So both of our multiplayer maps, or beta maps, will be available to play on the floor at E3 this week, so please come by and check it out. Now, for those of you who can't wait to get your hands on Medal of Honor, we're very happy to announce that on June 21st, our multiplayer beta test will go live for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC. And now, please check out the world premiere of the first Medal of Honor multiplayer trailer. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Katrina Strafford. My focus at EA is to bring our content, games, and programs online to gamers. Today, we're unveiling Gun Club, a rewards program specifically designed for gamers. Gun Club rewards gamers for playing their favorite EA games, games like Battlefield, Dead Space, Medal of Honor, and others. Gun Club members receive early access to news, events, and more of what they really love. Let's take a quick peek at Gun Club.
Well, I like guns, I like the way they look. I like the shiny steel and the polished wood. I don't care if they're big or small. If they're for sale, hell, I want them all. I like guns, I like guns, I like guns. I like guns, I like guns, I like guns. I like guns, I like guns, I like guns.
One of our first rewards is for our Battlefield Bad Company 2 VIPs who pre-order Medal of Honor. These Gun Club members receive early access to the Medal of Honor beta this Thursday, June 17th. Enlist now at gunclub.ea.com. Now, speaking of Battlefield, as you all know, the Battlefield Bad Company Army is 5 million strong and growing. And this winter, we'll expand that experience with a downloadable expansion pack. Let's take a sneak peek at this and have a great show.
Thank you, and good afternoon. This week, we at EA Sports will be presenting our largest and most diverse lineup ever here at E3. While, as always, we're providing deep innovation for the core, we're also on new platforms with new experiences, and we're infusing online aggressively into everything that we do. Today, we'll focus on what we consider to be 3 true game changers, starting with EA Sports MMA. Last year, I stood on this very stage and announced that we're stepping into the cage with this brand new franchise. This is a sport we both believe in and are investing in heavily. And we're proud to be partnering with world-class fight promoter Strikeforce right here in LA to bring live MMA action downtown at the Nokia Theater on Wednesday night. Now, 2 of the many world-class fighters who we're honored to have on our roster are Randy Couture and Fedor Emelianenko. They are 2 of the best in the world, and we're proud to announce that they will share the cover of EA Sports MMA this fall. Can you imagine getting these 2 guys together in the cage? Now you can, but only in our game. We've been in development for 2 years on this title, bringing our trademark brand of detail and authenticity to the sport. Each fighter will be obviously recreated in authentic detail. Not only will they look great, but they'll also fight just as they do in real life. For example, we will have Fedor, Sambo style, Oshida, Judo, Babalu, Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, Randy, Greco-Roman wrestling. Of course, mixed martial arts is not just a singular US fight promotion. It's truly an international sport. Our game will capture the diverse set of fighters, rule sets, training facilities, rings, and cages from every corner of the world. This is what makes MMA one of the world's fastest growing sports. In our game, fighters are controlled by the most intuitive fighting engine ever created. Our gameplay rewards consistency, timing and strategy versus complex control schemes. Finally, we're pushing the innovation online, where we've got a new feature that will change forever the way people think about online multiplayer for sports games. Have you ever wanted your skills to be recognized and build a following online? Have you ever wanted to be promoted like a real athlete? Have you ever wanted to perform in front of thousands of fans? That's what you'll get in EA Sports live broadcast. Let's take a look.
Listen up, gamers. EA Sports has something new, and I don't mean kinda new, or a little 2.0 version of something we already had. I mean new. New like when they came up with the wheel or the internet or the Lazy Susan. Okay, maybe not the Lazy Susan, but you know what I mean. It's called EA Sports Live Broadcast. Why? Because that's what it is, genius. It's you creating your own fighter using photo game face. It's you fighting for fame and fortune. Broadcast live in thousands of living rooms, game rooms, and wherever else fans can get their mug in front of a screen. Once you create your own fighter, it's time for Smack Talk. Not Smack Talk that you choose from a selection of 8. Real Smack Talk. Your Smack Talk. Hype videos of you putting the fear of God in the heart of Lesnar 36, or whatever his name is that you're about to send to the hospital. Once you've gotten the attention of the rest, like a rabid dog looking for your next victim, the live fights will be announced. If you're one of the chosen, be ready, Cupcake, because it's time to go toe-to-toe. Live with more than just your reputation on the line. We're talking prizes and we're talking fame. All with live sportscasters breaking down your unique fighting style while you break down your opponent. This is MMA, and you are a fighter, not a guy on the couch eating pork rinds while his 3 friends watch him pretend to perform the perfect Kimura. This is you, fighting while thousands watch and real commentators broadcast the whole thing. This is you, executing the perfect armbar for the win. This is you, raising your fist in the air and feeling the glory of fame shower down around you like the friggin' 4th of July. This is live broadcast, and EA Sports is the only one that has it. EA Sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports Live broadcast is innovative and, more importantly, continues our strategy to transform the online experience. It's this simple. You create your fighter. You produce your hype video and you upload it to the web. And go online and get noticed by an EA Sports promoter. Friends can watch on a console or on the web. And you can fight for real-world prizes and online fame. We're excited about our entry into this new sport. And our goal, as always, is to provide an authentic, innovative, and social experience for its millions of fans and followers. We've got the diversity of fighters, we've got the diversity of styles and venues that define the sport. This will be, by far, the most advanced fighting engine we've ever created. And live broadcast brings it online in a bold new way. EA Sports MMA will be in stores on October the 19th. Now, it's a fight. Thank you. Shifting gears to a much different but equally exciting priority for us, and that's interactive fitness. I'd like to welcome the head of development for EA Sports, Andrew Wilson, for a look at what's ahead with EA Sports Active 2. Andrew.
Thanks, Peter. This time last year, we were proudly here at E3 as a newcomer in the interactive fitness space. And what a year it's been for EA Sports Active. We're the #1 rated fitness product on the market, and we've motivated and inspired millions of people to get active. With Active, our programs are based on exercise science. They help you improve cardio, muscular strength, endurance, and flexibility. Now with EA Sports Active 2, we're going multi-platform. We're going online, we're going wireless, and we're pioneering new technology in biometrics. Let's take a look. So today we've got live demos on each console here, including our first ever look at EA Sports Active 2 for Kinect. Let's welcome our demos, Gerard, Jen and Catherine from our studio team in Vancouver. So the good news for us is we don't need to bring in fitness models. We've got incredibly fit and attractive people working on our dev team up in Vancouver, and they're going to demo for you here today. EA Sports Active 2 provides a real cardiovascular workout. So as they get going, let's look at where we're pioneering in biometrics. Catherine, Jen and Gerard are each wearing an EA Sports Active heart rate monitor that's on their left arms. We've got this on all platforms and it's a first for our industry. It's as accurate as anything you'll find on the market, plus we've done away with that uncomfortable chest strap. And it's monitored in real time, which is essential for getting instant feedback on the intensity and the effectiveness of each workout. Beyond just giving you feedback on exercise position, which is important, we can also give you feedback on what's happening on the inside and really how well your exercise routine is going. Here, Catherine's doing mountain biking, and as you can see in the top left-hand corner of her screen, strong 165, little nervousness there as well as the exercise, I think. Her heart rate is being monitored in real time. This is a killer cardio and lower body workout and one of the 70+ exercises and fitness activities available. It's also a great example of the ability of making fitness fun. Catherine may be doing multiple squats and squat jumps, but she's focused on hitting that next jump with her bike. We're also completely wireless. You see motion sensors detecting movement on both the Wii and the PS3. That total freedom of motion allows all three of our demoers to experience real fitness through exercises never before possible. Like the squat to shoulder press Jen's doing here on the PS3, which not only is it possible now, it's also infinitely more effective. Being hands-free also allows Jen to use her own hand weights and customize her workouts. We've got 5 pounds there today. I think by the time we get back next year, we'll be at least 10. The Kinect, then of course, we're also here and excited to be unveiling EA Sports Active 2 for Kinect, here for the first time today. The Kinect camera has high-fidelity, full-body tracking. Gerard, one of our certified personal trainers from the team in Vancouver, has complete one-to-one motion with his on-screen avatar. What this really means is that as Gerard is doing his boxing workout on the punching bag, we're actually registering his entire body, not just arms and leg movements. You can really see it as he bobs and weaves and ducks from side to side. Our workout programs help people lose weight, build muscle, and increase energy levels. And with EA Sports Active 2, we're allowing you to bring it all online in a big way. All of your key workout data will automatically upload to easportsactive.com. You'll be able to track your progress on any EA Sports Active product, anywhere, anytime. And you'll be motivated and inspired by connecting with your friends or workout groups from around the world to share your fitness goals. Our fitness solutions are the best interactive experiences on the market. They are fun, they are effective workouts that deliver true fitness results. We'll extend our business into the broader health and wellness space this year with EA Sports Active 2. We launched November 16th for the PS3, the Wii, and of course Xbox 360 with Kinect. Please experience it for yourself this week on the show floor at E3. Have a great show. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Andrew. And thanks to our EA Sports team and our EA Sports Active team up in Vancouver for that great workout. So we'll finish today with a look at perhaps the biggest evolution in the history of our most storied franchise. I'm talking, of course, of Madden NFL. At last, Madden is finally a football game that's accessible as it is authentic. Let's take a look at how we're making the unique experience that is video game football simpler, quicker, and deeper.
Evolution. Without it, the world would stand still. What if the way we use our phones never evolved? Hello, Zach. What if we still had to buy CDs? Where'd I put that damn Taylor Swift album? What if Facebook didn't evolve how we communicate with friends? Who would milk your cows? Technology evolves. Football evolves. Madden NFL E-balls. What if I told you we're changing the way you've called plays for 22 years? Made it less daunting. Made it more authentic. Let you create game plans like an NFL coach. What if full games took half the time? What if you heard Gus Johnson say,
Stokely down the sideline! Wow!
What if you could play 3 versus 3 co-op team play online? What if Madden NFL 11 changed the game? What if Madden NFL 11 was simpler?
Try to get the defense to bite.
Quicker. Deeper. EA Sports. It's in the game.
This year, Madden's a game that gives you all of the drama of a full game just in half of the time. And it's a game that's as fun to play with your friends as it is against them. It all starts with a brand new play calling engine called GameFlow, which puts you inside an authentic NFL huddle. GameFlow mirrors the way plays are called on Sundays, and we believe it represents a paradigm shift in the way that you play the game. But don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from one of the greatest players ever to take a snap from under center. 4-time Super Bowl champion with the San Francisco 49ers, NFL Hall of Famer, Joe Montana. Welcome, Joe. Thank you. One of the greatest ever. So, Joe, I know we did a lot of work together in prepping for this, but what you told me about your coach, your NFL Hall of Fame coach, and Bill Walsh, is fascinating to me. I mean, the ability for him to craft game plays. Tell me about what Bill was like.
He was a perfectionist, and he prided himself in the delivery of plays to the quarterback in the huddle,
right?
With giving you the best chance to perform in a given situation. So he spent a lot of time in preparation of the game plan.
You told me a little bit he would even think of things on a Saturday morning for the Sunday game.
We would start preparation early, but he would install from Monday all the way through sometimes on Saturday morning, which is unbelievable for a lot of people, but that's just the way his mind worked.
And GameFlow does that for you. I mean, the ability for you to be able to, any given down situation, GameFlow is allowing you within the game engine itself to suggest plays. Now, let's actually go and look at what the NFL champions right now, the New Orleans Saints, and let's take a look at what Sean Payton's doing. Tell me what goes on the sidelines right there right now.
Well, you see that little sheet there. Game plans or playbooks are huge. What they try to do is combine all those plays into a bunch of 5 or 10 in each category, first down, third down, goal line, whatever, and then put them on a card so that it makes it easier for them to recognize during the game and get them into the quarterback faster.
Right, and so you can color code it. And then what happens when you see something, when you line up at the line of scrimmage and what you see with Drew here?
Well, like it's about 90% chance that you don't have to change the play, but every now and then as a quarterback, something says I got to get out of this pass and into another, or out of this pass and into a run. So then you'll have a chance to make an audible.
So you're making adjustments at the line and audible.
At the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. So let's go actually to GameFlow right now within the game itself. And let's take a look. We've got a reprise. This is Coach Caldwell, of course, of the Colts. This is the Super Bowl from last year in Miami, Colts and the Saints. And let's look. Now, listen to that.
Over the middle. You're out of the shotgun, so keep an eye out for those ball hawking lines.
You didn't have that with the Niners. It only came in.
We used to get them signaled in, or a player would run it in, but here they're lucky because it comes in like that, gives you a lot more time at the line of scrimmage.
And you were telling me that sometimes they'd run the play in and the guy would forget the play by the time he got to the huddle?
Sometimes it would be different from the sideline to when you got there and you get to the sideline and Bill go, why did you call that play? I said, I called what I heard.
So here we got in the headset. What's Drew doing here?
Well, here, this looks like he's changing the play here, probably to a run because, yeah, there you go. He's going to break a run there off.
Big hole down the middle.
Nice big play. But you get a chance to see the guys around the line of scrimmage, a good chance to run a little bit of a trap and hit one up in there for a big play like he did right there.
That's great. Now, of course, we're in the red zone. What did you like when you get in the red zone inside the 20? What did you like to do?
Well, when you have a good running back and your running game's going like that there, it's a good chance Bill liked to hit a little play action, try to hold the safeties and the linebackers and get the ball behind him and go for the end zone.
Let's see play action. Look at that.
Just like that.
Shocky. You still got it.
I hoped I never. Maybe I could be a coordinator or something.
I don't know. You've got a chance. Well, Joe, I'd like to credit executive producer Jeremy Strausser and the team at Tiburon for reinventing the play calling process here and creating GameFlow to make Madden NFL more authentic and more accessible. We've trimmed the fat, and now you can play a full game in halftime. I bet you wish you could do that when you could go back. You could probably still be playing. Finally, fans at any skill level can experience authentic football, from executing the game plan of their favorite NFL team, like the Niners, or designing custom game plans of their own. GameFlow puts the focus on making plays, not just making calls. Joe, it's been an absolute honor and privilege to share the stage with you. Thank you very much for your input here.
Thank you.
And perhaps more importantly, for the indelible stamp that this man made on the game of football. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Montana. Thank you, Joe. Take care. Thank you. Thanks again, Joe. So a couple of closing thoughts for me. These three products, EA Sports MMA, Madden NFL, and EA Sports Active 2, are all hands-on this week at the show. And they represent just a few examples of how we will deliver deep innovation for the core, whilst also exposing interactive sports and fitness to new audiences around the world. As our industry evolves, we intend to deliver the most visually, technically, and emotionally authentic sports games and fitness products around, wherever, whenever, and however fans want to experience them. Thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
Did we have any choice in being here today? Or was it predetermined since the beginning of the universe that all of us would be here today, in this theater, thinking these exact same thoughts? In short, do we have any free will at all? In the Western tradition, Greek myth and literature examines this subject to great depth. It's a subject of fate and agency. And what I love about the Greek gods is they're not smarter than us, and they're not wiser, and they're certainly not more emotionally balanced. They're just more powerful. They're happy to smite someone or to make them fabulously wealthy, just to see what happens as they play with life. And the kinds of things they get up to are exactly the kinds of things we get up to when we play The Sims. But what's key is that in both cases, the mortals of the Greek gods and The Sims, they both have free will. They can both make their own choices. That's what makes it interesting. Here are some images from my Sims 3 game. So in my world, I have enormous power. I can make Peter Moore a fashion stylist, complete with Sims tattoo. All of his tattoos are real, by the way. I've seen them. And Dr. Ray Musica from BioWare. He's a medical doctor, just like he is in real life. And I like to put myself in there as well. And I can live out my life in different ways and see if I'd taken a different path, what would have happened. So here's me trying out some different professions from the Sims 3 ambitions. I can be a firefighter. My favorite is the architect. You get to go around and make houses and get rewarded for it. See if you can make your clients happy. I also ran some weird experiments, like what would happen if I made a town full of meat, which sounds great. And it turns out, actually, all the Rod Humbles hated each other. So the whole town became this horrible, angry mess as they just fought in the streets. Actually, 2 Rod Humbles did get along. They got on really well. And what's wonderful about the simulator is that you get these unexpected emergent results. That's where all the magic is. Nature has this neat trick. It takes simple building blocks, then lets lots of them interact over long periods of time. You add a dash of randomness, and complex things emerge. The Sims uses this trick, and it gives really surprising results. So on the Sims team, even though we wrote the code of the Sims mind, and we know exactly how the Sims universe works, we tried to predict a few simple things, like when would a Sim go out to eat? When would a Sim die? And we couldn't. No matter how much processing power we threw at the problem, once that simulator got running after a few ticks, it just became too hard for us to predict. In fact, the only way we could do it was to run an identical copy of The Sims, start at exactly the same time, and run it at a slightly higher speed. So in a very real sense, The Sims 3 has given The Sims free will. The way it works is that each Sim decides on courses of action available, and then the Sim's higher mind functions figures out which one it wants to do, and it weighs it by short-term needs, personality, and long-term goals. And the result is a very sophisticated ecosystem, which we found impossible to predict. Switching to the human mind for a second, before you think that's a little bit too simplistic, modern neuroscience has told us a lot more about how our free will works, and some of the results are very surprising. For example, Benjamin Libet's experiments measured when a subject's unconscious brain started warming up to move their hand versus when the conscious mind first knew about it. The results were really surprising. The unconscious mind lit up 300 milliseconds before the conscious part of the brain did. Just think about that for a second. Your unconscious brain starts to get ready to move your hand before your mind says, I'm going to move my hand. So the implications of that are pretty worrying. Either our free will is a kind of veto mechanism, and it just says yes or no to the choices that our unconscious mind figures out ahead of time for us, or even worse, it's an epiphenomenon, similar to fire from a smoke or a jet trail from a plane. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the phenomenon. It's just a useless byproduct that we think is important. The Sim's mind, by contrast, directly controls the Sim's actions. They may just have more free will than we do. Within the Sim studio, over the next few years, our aim is to nothing less than to expand the Sims through theme, time, and space. This October, we will be bringing this world to console with all new features that make it easier than ever to play with life and allow for even more control, connectivity, and creativity. We've never been able to cram as much of a robust world into a console before this year, and the powers of the next-gen high-def platforms really shine. It's quite an accomplishment. It's an incredibly sophisticated piece of software. Within each console, lives are lived, love is found and lost, and fortune smiles and scowls at each living thing. The dance between the player and the little world is a magical thing. They're alive in there.
So The Sims 3 this fall on console, unlike anything we've ever done before. And as Rod likes to say, it's far more than a game, and I agree with him. So next up, we're going to talk about EA Partners. Now, EA Partners is the part of our business where we partner with the world's best independent developers, and we're very proud of these partnerships. We partner with folks like Harmonix, Valve, Double Fine, and many others. And right here in the audience are two brand new partners I'd like to introduce to you. Ted Price from Insomniac, there we go. And two folks you probably know founded Respawn, Jason West and Vince Zampella, down here. And actually, I can see Mark Rain and Mike Capps from Epic. They're not in my script, but there they are. So you can wave at them if you'd like. So we're about to introduce two games that are coming through EAP from the world's best developers. The first of these games follows a title that was spectacular in delivering one of the finest FPS experiences on the PC in its first edition. Now, this game brings new fidelity, a graphic presentation we've not seen before, and it brings it to the greatest city in the world, New York. To introduce the game, Shavat Yerli, founder of Crytek, and I give you Crysis 2.
Thanks, John. Hello, everybody. My name is Chevat. I'm excited to be here to show you today Crysis 2. But before we see the game itself, I would like to explain a few things. Crysis 2 delivers a new kind of sandbox experience. We don't tell you how to play. We give you the tools, the guns, the grenades, and the ultimate weapon called the nanosuit. The nanosuit gives you the ability to switch between an invincible armor mode, an invincible stealth mode, but also the intelligent tactical mode, allowing you to express awesome experience at any time. This is future warfare, and you are the ultimate super soldier. We are also bringing the franchise to New York, trading the tropical jungle with the urban jungle. You will enjoy an emotional connection with New York, and your mission will be to save it. This city offers an incredible amount of gameplay opportunities. This creates what we call the choreographed sandbox, combining the freedom of sandbox with the intensity of linear games. Finally, I would like you to pay attention to the enemies itself. In Crysis 2, we promised you're going to have the most intelligent enemies ever in any first-person shooter. They're going to be vicious killers, and they're going to use New York fully to their advantage. Now let's take a look at the game. This demo takes place at Central Station. Watch out for the pinger, and particularly deadly assassin. But bear in mind, this game is a full freedom experience, so this is one of the hundreds of ways to play the game.
This way! We're breaking through! Defend position! Someone get on the MG!
Thank you. Now, please, let's put on the 3D glasses. At Crytek, we are always pushing the boundaries of technology. And because of that, we are exploring a new depth, a new dimension. So this holiday, Crysis 2 will be the only game that you can play in true stereoscopic 3D experience on all the 3 platforms. That is PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and the PC. Both the 2D and the 3D versions are going to deliver you an awesome shoot experience. Thank you. Come to the EA booth and see more of Crysis 2. Have a great show. Thank you very much.
Hi again. It's great to be here. E3, absolutely thrilled. With me is Adrian Hemelage, who's the founder and creative director of People Can Fly. I have Tanya Jessen, who's our producer on the Epic side of things, and we're here today to show you our new game. Now, we in the industry love our existing IPs, we love our established worlds, they're great, we love sequels, but there's something magical, there's something wonderful and exciting about creating a new world, creating new characters in a new setting. The game is called Bulletstorm. It's a pulpy, over-the-top first-person shooter, and it absolutely knows it. It's the kind of game that encourages you to kill with skill, with new verbiage. It encourages you to play with your enemies like a cat playing with a mouse or like a fat kid playing with cake. It's one of those titles that really is totally embracing the over-top elements of what the game's all about. Now, we've had that lightning in a bottle in the past with Gears, and we have it again with Bulletstorm, thanks to our friends at PCF and EA. Finally, I'm here to announce the release date for the game. It's February 22nd, 2011.
Yeah.
And while you guys are tweeting that, I'm going to pass it over to Tanya so she can tell you a little bit more about the game, and then Adrian will give you a crazy gameplay demo.
Thanks, Cliff. So
when we first started making Bulletstorm, we had this like particularly over-the-top playtest, and one of the guys joked that it was like a blood symphony. He said that it was basically like the player is the conductor, and the weapons, environments, and enemies in the world are all like your instruments of destruction. And we felt like this could not be a better analogy for our game. We really wanted to embrace that and reward the players for their creative mayhem by the way of this kind of new system we're doing that we're calling a skill shot system. It's a really simple formula, but it completely changes the way that you play our first-person shooter. It's very simple. You do cool shit so you can unlock more cool shit so that you can do even more cool shit. I mean, it's pretty much a circle of awesome, really. Yeah, so aside from the insane gameplay, we're excited to work with Rick Remender to create a new world, like Cliff said, totally drenched in unhindered pulp sci-fi. Behind our characters' crass behavior and blue language are vibrant, colorful, and three-dimensional humans with true grit and real heart. We follow them on a fast-paced, high-adventure storyline of redemption and revenge. So I could stand here all day and tell you all about Bulletstorm, but there's no better way to explain it than to see it in action. Take it away, Adrian.
Today we're going to give you a sneak peek into one of the first levels of the game. Our cyborg friend, Ishi, is running out of power and needs to recharge. So let's see how it all turns out.
Gray, I'm not well. I can feel myself slowing down.
Hold it together. I'll do the heavy lifting. Just stay close. Deep core drilling terminal. Thing uses gravity fusion pistons. You can charge up there. Provided we hurry. That's it, Ishi. Dinner time.
I'll need a moment. Damn, I don't have an access port.
Ishi, talk to me! You scared the dick off me!
I'm feeling much better.
Great. Glad to hear it.
I've overloaded the facility. I predict an imminent detonation within the gravity core generators.
Then I predict an imminent getting the fuck out of here. Fate finally smiles down. Cargo train up ahead. Last train out of Explosion Town. Move your shit!
Yeah, that's it.
Giant dick come from?
He is mega-charged with elite Confederate weaponry.
Let's mega-charge with a dozen buckets of fried chicken. This freak job ain't going down. What are you doing, fatty? Eating the bullets? Engines are primed, but it's gonna take a minute. The Galaxy savages will wait. Neither will those fusion generators.
Big finish.
Damn it!
Can't you get this thing moving any faster? You want to come do it? Fine. I do not speak trade. Shit!
Did it. Okay, so action, gunplay, and carnage with a wink and a smile. That's Bulletstorm. Please come by the EA's booth to get hands-on with the game. Have a great show, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Greg Zestruk from BioWare.
And I'm Mary Burr from LucasArts.
Today we're going to delve deeper into Star Wars: The Old Republic. We're sharing some details that we know you're going to be very excited about.
First, we're announcing that every player will get his or her own starship.
We want a player's ship to represent not only a rite of passage in the game, but also an expression of his or her personal style.
These ships are important because they offer a home for players to use as a base of operations from which to explore the galaxy.
The moment people walked out of theaters in 1977 after having seen the first Star Wars, the debate began. Do you follow the light side or the dark side?
Today, we're going to officially reignite the debate by revealing the first ever details about the player versus player experience in Star Wars: The Old Republic.
In the Old Republic, players battle it out in war zones. In these war zones, players will experience fierce battles that evoke memories of famous Star Wars ground conflicts. Our first war zone will be on the planet Alderaan, where teams of players from the Empire and Republic will battle for glory and great rewards.
So pick a side. Are you a Jedi or are you a Sith? Are you with the Empire or the Republic? What will you choose?
Now for something special that we think really represents the creative vision of the game. We've heard you like the Deceived trailer, so we made another one to give you a taste of what you can expect from the Old Republic.
You'll see great stories, great characters, and action-packed Star Wars combat. Tomorrow, you'll get to play hands-on, and what you see here, you'll experience in the game. Today, we present Hope.
For centuries, Alderaan stood as a beacon of hope in the Republic. But the Empire came. And with one savage strike, brought Alderaan to her knees. time is running out, as few are left to face the enemy. For those that remain, there is but one choice. We must fight to victory or death for the Republic!
Let's go! Move it up! Flank out!
While the sacrifices are heavy, we fight knowing that a single spark of courage can ignite the fires of hope and restore peace across the galaxy.
So I would encourage every one of you tomorrow to visit the EA booth and get hands-on with Star Wars: The Old Republic. I think you'd be incredibly impressed. So that wraps up EA at E3 and our show today. Now, before we go, the first thing I'd like to do is thank the 10 developers that created the products you saw today. They're the reason we're all here. They're the reason EA exists. In many ways, they're the reason this industry exists. So thanks for all the developers for putting their best work up there. I want to thank you all for coming out to see EA today on a very important day. I'm proud of the team, happy you're here, and I hope you have a great E3. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.